What up, everyone? I'm the one, the only comic outlaw, and today we're going to be reviewing a toy, Marvel Legends Daredevil. This is the original Daredevil costume that came out in 1964. Daredevil is a very unique superhero. He was a lawyer, a Catholic, blind crime fighter. Of course, he became blind when chemicals hit him. He has special powers like a sonar where he can sense things, enhanced hearing, smell, touch, agility, which makes him a supreme fighter. He's been trained by a man named Stick, who was also blind. He taught him the ways of the ninja. And basically, he goes patrolling Hell's Kitchen, beating the hell out of anyone that breaks the law. He's what you would consider a street level hero, and a street level hero is someone that basically patrols the streets. They don't do cosmic things like the Silver Surfer. Their power is limited, their scope is limited, and basically he patrols New York and does what he does. Daredevil's made appearances, different shows over the years. One of the most notable ones that I noticed him in first was Spider-Man the Animated Series. As a lawyer, Matt Murdock has represented his fair share of superheroes over the years. Spider-Man, Punisher, he's represented different people in What If comics. He's usually the representative. When X-23, who replaced Wolverine's daughter when she got in trouble, he was her attorney. So he's basically the attorney of the superheroes in some ways. Some people know his identity, some people don't. A lot of people do now, since he had a secretary named Miss Page. She got into a drug problem, and then for another hit, she outed his identity. Kingpin basically destroyed his life. He also has a friend named Foggy Nelson who kind of covers for him when he does his attorney thing. When they do the attorney thing and he disappears, Foggy's the one that often covers him. He also has a friend in the Daily Bugle called Ben Urich. Yep, I'll say it again, Urich. He works for the Daily Bugle. He's kind of like a chain-smoking reporter. One of the few reporters that Jameson has a high regard for, respect for. And he basically kind of gives Daredevil tips, covers him, and like I said, his greatest enemy is possibly Kingpin. And Kingpin also appeared in Spider-Man. Daredevil appeared in his own issue in 1964 in this original costume. Kingpin got moved over to Daredevil in around the 80s when Frank Miller was writing. A beautiful piece of writing. It really brought out the character of Daredevil. How he's consumed by this sense of justice and a sense of duty and a sense of faith. And that's what drives Daredevil, that faith. And since his identity's been outed, he kind of has a secret identity and he doesn't. It really depends on where you read from and where they restart, because, as I often say on this show, universes get restarted, things get retconned, things get redone. So who knows, in 6 months he may be the cosmic ruler of the universe. We never know with comics. But he also has Daredevil had a wonderful show on Netflix. I thought it was okay. It took a little while to actually gained steam, but it was pretty good. The Defenders was there was a Ben Affleck movie that people always say shit about. The movie's really not that bad considering where it came out. Yes, there's a lot of campy parts. A lot of the stuff with Elektra, where they fight in a playground, it's real eh. But the director's cut's actually pretty good. It has Coolio in it. He's a rapper from the old days. He sings that Gangsta's Paradise. But there's a whole story where they're trying to get him off for smoking weed, and really funny. And the movie is, but it's not that bad. The actor Duncan Clark that played Kingpin did an excellent job in it. So there are things to like about it, even though people usually just use their voice on the internet to bitch. I do the same thing. It's what I do. It's what this show exists for. But I'd check it out, just once, just to have a good laugh. I think it's better than Bat Flack, but that's just me. Daredevil has had numerous appearances in different things, different what ifs. He mostly works with like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Wolverine, Spider-Man. The guys that keep it on the streets. And Daredevil, of course, has his cane that does different things. It kind of shifts into rogue, nunchuck, cane, whatever. And that's basically Daredevil in a nutshell. This character's been around since the 60s. He's had numerous incarnations. He's played several different roles. He had a very interesting role in Civil War, where he's kind of the guy that kind of points people out as traitors. Very fascinating. You got to read Civil War. Like I said, Daredevil gets like these little bit parts, and it always seems like he kicks someone in the nuts, like like morally speaking, you know. But anyways, Daredevil, one of my favorite stories. He was taken over by this hand demon. There's a ninja group called the Hand. This demon takes him over. He becomes the ruler of the Hand, and he just becomes like this bad guy, just wrecking shit. Really cool. I think it was Shadowland or something like that. Like I said, Daredevil's been through many incarnations. He's done a lot of different stuff. And let's take a look and see what we find, right? Okay. Now, if you guys watch my show, I did a big 4-pack where I had opened another Daredevil. So, we will see how this goes. Let me get the key to the city. Put that open. Give it a good stab. Right, let's open it up. Oh man, feels so good, doesn't it? Okay. This is what it looks like. Check it out. Boom. Seems like classic Daredevil to me. He's also appeared in Spider-Man as well. He was in the yellow costume. This costume actually changed after a while. It went from yellow and red to just red, and then it went black for a while, and then it went back to red, and black and red. They actually did a Daredevil yellow series for a while, which was cool. Let's see, let's get all this stuff out. Actually just pops right out. No pesky plastic holding it in. Let's see. I make Daredevil a little bit more hulking than usual. Kind of give him that big stature, you know. Let's check it out. See, and that's a classic Daredevil costume right there. It comes with this little sticks, which you can combine. A lot of these actually come with rope in the middle. I, for one, am glad that it doesn't. It's a pain in the butt to reel up and hook on. It just makes the toy look weird with the rope hanging out of the side. So I'm kind of glad that it comes like this. All in all, it's a decent looking toy. It'll stand up well in my collection. And yeah, this is Daredevil, y'all. And I might be covering a few stories from Daredevil coming up. You never know with the way it goes. And as always, on the Comic Outlaw, this is a little Daredevil review. Here's his other head of good old Matt Murdock, aka the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. My little Marvel toy review. And as always, I will catch you on the flip side. Laters.